Oh, yo, some of that Aaliyah? Some Aaliyah to start off real quick? What's good, everybody? Some Aaliyah to start real quick, that song's been stuck in my head all day. That shit's a vibe. Um, welcome. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the No Signal Podcast. I believe this episode 52, if I'm not mistaken. I've been a little inconsistent this time around because, I got bills, I got fucking presents to buy, I got kids and other shit. Nah, I don't got kids, but yeah, let me get into that first off. Yo, I don't want kids right now, honestly. I don't want kids right now. Because, like, the world is too fucked up to fucking bring a kid in right now. Everything. Like, people are fucked up. Life is fucked up. The government is fucked up. Money is fucked up. Like, everything. It's just all bad. And I don't want to bring a kid into the world and, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, like, I don't want to bring a kid in the world and take care of it. Like, obviously, you're going to have to take care of it. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to bring a kid into the world and, like, just, like, bad shit start happening and shit. And, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's a good time right now to have a kid. You know what I mean? Obviously, I do. I want a little bean in my life. You know what I mean? A little bean. That's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to be like, hey, Bean, come here. Come here, Bean. That'll be dope. If I put that as his middle name. Like something Bean Sanchez. That'll be fire. Let me take the grinder out of my pocket real quick, Pockets ain't empty, cuz. How y'all been, man? How's everybody doing? Y'all know how people, like, they go out in public and they ask, like, strangers questions and shit, like, oh, if they ask the dudes, like, oh, if you was a girl for a day, what would you do? And then they'll be like, oh shit, I'm fucking the team, I'm fucking the boys and all this shit. I'm letting the team hit and all this shit. Yo, I want to ask that to a girl, like, yo, if you was a guy for the day, like, how would you spend that time for the day? You know what I mean? Cause shit, girls already acting like guys, like as it is. Like, I don't even have to ask them. Like, they already acting like that. And you could tell, like I said in one of my episodes, you could tell, like, girls starting to be like tomboyish when they're like, oh, dude, and all this shit. And they start, yo, when a girl calls me dude, I look at her, I'm like, ew. Dude, that's, ew, dude, that's nasty. Like, why are you calling me dude? At least be like, yo, A, or something like that. I'll be like, oh, what's good? I don't know. Just random shit. Just being silly. Lakers, son. Yo, check out this shirt. This is the shirt I got at the home opener. So if y'all go back on my vlog and y'all see the picture of me holding, like, a shitload of shirts in one hand and, like, a water bottle in the other. Yo, I had stole like 4 of these shits. I stole like 4 of them for the fam. I gave my fam like 1 each and shit. That shit was funny. I was like coming up on a shitload of shirts. I'm surprised they even let me walk out with fucking like 5 shirts and shit. But hey, either way, the shirts gotta go. Shit, it's a one-time thing only and shit. So fuck it, might as well come up on a shitload. Yeah, speaking of Lakers, what a fucking game last night. I didn't do my homework on the game last night because as soon as the game ended, I was watching the other games. And they weren't really like as good as the Laker game because some of them were blowouts and shit. And I was just like, damn, I don't want to watch a fucking blowout game and shit. Like the Nets and Toronto game was a blowout because after the third, they were winning by like 20. And me thinking, oh, they're going to sit KD out the rest of the game and shit. Because KD had 6 assists. Oh, my gosh. Yo, I'm hurt. That Prize Pick shit, that shit hurt. That shit hurt me last night, man. Fuck that. Yo, tell me why. Tell me why I went, on Prize Picks. I got paid yesterday, so, payday and shit. Y'all Y'all go to the shop, pick up, put gas, treat yourself, splurge or some shit like that. But nah, man, I ended up selling a bike yesterday, like an old like little bicycle, a bicycle that I had and shit. I sold it to one of my dad's like workers and shit. Came up on some money for the day and shit. And I was like thinking, I was like, you know what? Let me try my luck on the prize picks and shit. So I bet for Derek White on Boston to get over 10 points. He got that 15. And I bet for AD to get more than 23. He had like 44. Fucking blown, like covered that shit in the first half. And Giannis to get over 30. He had like same shit, like 39, 40 point whatever. And I bet for KD to get less than 6 assists. So when he had 6 assists, dead, like dead on number 6, he had 6 assists. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, it's a blowout. They're going to sub him out. They're going to let him chill the rest of the game. Like, that's it. He's not going to add no more stats. Tell me why when I checked after the Laker game. Because the Brooklyn and Toronto game was, a little earlier than the Laker game. I think like 30 minutes or some shit. But either way, I seen on my phone KD had 7 assists and I just lost it. Speaking of lost it, I'll tell you another time when I lost it. When LeBron left that fool wide the fuck open for 3. What the fuck was his name? He's a rookie on Indiana. LeBron left this fool wide the fuck open. I don't know if y'all listening on Spotify, but if y'all are, go on my YouTube. I'm about to put a clip in right now. Low key, the audio was terrible, but I'm going to do a voiceover right here real quick. So pretty much in the video, I was saying, look at LeBron this whole time. Miles Turner misses the jump shot, but just look at LeBron. Why are you so far in the paint right there? We need no threes. What are you doing in the paint? Look at, and you go more in the paint, which leaves your man's wide open. Come on now. Mando put a clip in right now, 7 minutes. And that's what happened. I did a little breakdown of LeBron's defense. Wow. And what did I say that one time on the show? That fucking Laker fan was like, oh, I give LeBron a pass on defense. You give him a pass on defense on that, letting another motherfucker score the game-winning shot on us like that? When that's LeBron, mans? Come on, man. And you talking about giving him a pass on defense. I wish that motherfucker would see my TikTok for real. I wish that motherfucker would see my shit. Because, bro, what did I tell you? What did I tell you in the moment, bro? I was like, yo, he's got to step up on defense. Yo, he was in the paint on a 3-point game. You don't need to be in the paint on a 3-point game. It wasn't even it was a 2-point game. My bad. It was a 2-point game. That 3 ball fucked us up, which ended the game. A 2 could have sent it to overtime. Oh, okay, what's another overtime for us? We're going to fucking, it's just another 5 minutes of, basketball and shit. Another chance to win the game, possibly. But no, motherfuckers wanted to just be in the paint and shit. Just be in the paint. Left that fool wide open for 3. And oh my gosh, when I was like, you motherfucker. Like, oh my gosh, in my head, I was like, you motherfucker. Like, oh my gosh, yo, I wanted to scream that shit so fucking loud. But I didn't want to wake up Robert and Nancy, I didn't want to wake up my parents and get grounded and shit, I have a sore throat for a month and a half. And I don't want to wake up Robert and Nancy. Yo, what's in other news? Let me go through my notes on my phone because I wrote some shit down on my phone this time. I got let me do that. Let me do that first. I did my homework for the other games. I was supposed to record an episode on Wednesday or Thursday or some shit, and I just honestly, I got distracted. And I just beat the meat, honestly, which I shouldn't have. All right, yeah, the Pacers game right here. Benedict Mathurin outscored and out-rebounded LeBron. All this talk about him saying, oh, LeBron's the greatest? Well, he's got to show me. He's got to show me, and I like that shit, especially from a rookie. Not duck and smoke. Not duck and smoke, especially from a rookie. Like, you don't see, what's that fool's name, Paulo Banchero, coming out saying like, I'm playing Giannis tonight. Oh, well, he's got to show me he's the MVP. You don't see that shit. But, hey, Benedict Mathurin, you got some, cojones. You got some paws. And he outscored and out-rebounded LeBron by 1, barely. I think LeBron had like 21 and Benedict Mathurin had like 22 or like 23. And he just had like 1 rebound more than him. That was it. Tyrese Halliburton, I told my sister in the beginning of the game, I was like, yo, he's good. He's good. And I told her, I was like, I seen him at Jew League. And at Jew League, he was fucking finding everybody, bro. I was like, shit, this is fucking like, that was like probably the only, like, especially now that I'm grown up, I start like realizing shit. I'm like more aware of shit. And I'm like, when I seen him, I'm like, damn, that's NBA right there. Like he's NBA certified right there. And he's just, in the pro-am, just, like no look passes, fucking 3 balls and shit. Fucking going crazy. I was like, oh shit. Tyrese Halliburton is serious. He ended the game off with 24 points and 14 rebounds. In a span of 3 or 4 games, Tyrese had a streak of 40 assists with no turnovers. Streak ended at 43, I believe, against Portland that next game after the Laker game. I believe it stopped at 43 assists with no turnovers. Either that or 44. But yeah, I mean, dude, everybody had a good game right here. Everybody had a good game. You had AD 25, 13, and 6. That's solid. That's him doing his part. Westbrook, especially Westbrook coming off the bench, 24 points. 24 points, including 2 buzzer beaters to end the first half and the third quarter. 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Bron had 21 and 7. Shot 8 for 22. Wow. Bron shot 8 for 22 that game. And yeah, like I said earlier, Bron couldn't defend the 3-point, especially in the league like it is these days. Everyone values the 3-point shot. Everybody's trying to be like Steph Curry and shit. That's why I feel like that's why some people say like, oh, Steph Curry, this is their reason of Steph Curry ruining the league, because he shoots so much threes and other players like, oh, how can I compete with that? Oh, I got to shoot threes myself. And that's why you see LeBron shooting like threes, looking down, getting the ball, and then fucking shooting it and shit. That's his little signature move. I don't know how he makes like 100% of those. That shit's crazy. I even tried it in the backyard and I made it. And I was like, oh shit, like something works. This shit works. But like I said, yeah, like in a league like it is these days, you have to defend the 3. You have to defend the 3. Because you got Steph Curry's, you got Jason Tatum, who's improving on the 3 ball. Klay Thompson, boom, again, another player. Who's another player shooting good from 3? Who's another player shooting good for 3? I really don't know, but goddamn, the league is just packed. It's just stacked these days with just a bunch of talent and shit. Like Buddy Hield, boom, shooter. There's another shooter. Anthony Simons, boom, another shooter. He's fucking breaking out this season. Especially like I seen a post. It was like, oh, show one player that you overlooked, but realized they were like serious. Like, you didn't understand their play style. That's Anthony Simons. I never knew the way Anthony Simons played. Like I thought he was just like a, like a Jalen LeCue, like him, where it's just straight like slasher and shit. He's a straight slasher. But nah, this way I heard on the Portland Trailblazers broadcast that he's actually been like in the gym with Damian Lillard over the offseason. And that just like speaks for itself right there, because you see their play styles. And I seen a video of boom, like side by side comparison. He like Damian Lillard just straight gave him his like, blueprint and shit. Like, oh, this is, when this happens, boom, I do this little sidestep, boom. Especially like boom, pound dribble and like sidestep. That's Damian Lillard's like, specialty right there. The fucking pound dribble and then the sidestep. That shit's hard. That shit's hard. Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, I love when it's hot. Also, Indiana 20. Oh, yeah. They fucking shitted on us on fast break points 23-9. Wow. That was ugly, but Portland game was the next game. Yeah, Braun went off. He did not want to lose this one. I watched the first half. I was mad tired, so I went to bed. So I went to sleep. I was gonna say bed and sleep at the same time. I was like, I want to beep. I went to beep. Yo, little detour real quick. I seen this funny ass fucking TikTok. This dude, I don't know if he's like a special ed kid. I don't want to say that, but I don't know if he's like special. But he was on Instagram Live. He was like drinking and shit, and he took a shot, and he threw up. And I seen a separate TikTok. It was like of him in the restroom. He was like, he was like, I took a shot of tequila and I vomit. And I vomit. That shit reminds me of my old like cousins from back in the day where they'll talk like that. And I vomit. All right, back to this shit. Reeves. What the fuck is this? Oh, Reeves played great with 22 points. That's what I put up. Reeves played great with 22. Yo, this is because wasn't Reeves undrafted? I know the Lakers didn't draft him because we have no fucking draft picks whatsoever. And I'm going to get into that shit in a minute real quick. About like trade picks and like trading picks and other trade talks, and shit like that. But I think Austin Reeves is undrafted. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I have a feeling that whenever the Lakers, like whatever, say we give up all our picks on some bullshit, whatever, just to improve the team, we do a real good job of getting like some good undrafted players. Like, wasn't Caruso undrafted or some shit? And I know like Zubac was undrafted. Let me look that up. I don't want to be wrong, and I don't want these fucking people to be fucking jumping on my back and shit. All right, right here. Zubac. Fucking. It doesn't even show. Yo, what the fuck is going on? Like Zubac, bro. Oh, yeah, he was in the second round, a 32nd pick. 32nd pick in the second round. My apologies. But I know there's like Caruso and someone else that we got undrafted that just surprised everybody and shit. Fuck. My mind is going blank right now. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But the Lakers, like, scouting, people and shit, they have a real good job of doing that shit. They have a real good job of, like, because Reeves is like a Caruso, dude. Like, honestly, like, they find a good, I don't want to be like, oh, like, white guy and shit, like, but it's true. Like, Caruso, Austin Reeves and shit, we find good, players and shit. White players. But yeah, Reeves played great. Braun 31, 7, and 8. This is still the Portland game. Braun 31 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Thomas Bryant, big contribution, 14.6 rebounds off the bench. And like I said, Russ hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first half and third quarter. AD, 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. That was great. And I put right here, Lakers as a team missed 8 free throws. We still won the game, but still missing 8 free throws is unacceptable. Especially like, say if the game was like, a 2-possession game. Not even that. Say if the game was a tie game and we only lost by 1, those 8 fucking free throws that we missed could have, been made up for it and shit. But yeah, man. And like I was saying about the Lakers, like, shit and like trading picks and stuff. I seen these posts saying that, that they want to trade one of the picks. It's like, 2026, 2024, whatever the fuck, like whatever year it is, pick. Unprotected pick, something like that. Westbrook and a pick for DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic. And I'm like, God damn. I don't want to send Westbrook away, man. Like the team's already good as it is. Like we're fucking rolling right now. We won. How many have we won? We won like at this point 7 of our last like 10 or some shit, or 8 of our last 10. Because I know that Pacers game. Oh, we lost that one. Fuck. I think that's it. We won 7 of our last 10. Because let me look back at the schedule that I had. Hold on. You know when I was making those episodes. All right, so right here. Right here. Oh yeah, Bucks. Boom. Win. Win. Loss. Win. Win. Loss. Win. We lost to the Pistons? Did we lose to the Pistons, or am I fucking tripping right now? I don't even know. Yo, we had to have one against the Pistons because what the fuck? Because that's 10 games right there, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we lost to the Kings. Lost to the Kings 1 to 1, 1, 1, loss, 1, 1, loss, 1, 1. Yeah, like, I don't know how many wins I said right there. I just got distracted. But that's like, you know what I mean? Like 7 of our last 9 we won. At the same, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. But we rolling right now. Like I was continuing on. We rolling right now. All we need is just, we just need a defender, honestly. We just need a better defender because someone to fucking make up for LeBron's defense, honestly. Because LeBron be ball watching too damn much. Like, we get it. You want to get in the passing lane. You want to steal that shit. You want to get on, transition. You want to run. You want to fucking, fucking take off. You want to dunk, do all this shit. But you can't be ball watching, man. You can't be fucking ball watching. That's literally how your defense fucked us up against the Pacers game. In the Pacers game. But yeah, man. What else? Ooh, in other news, yeah. In other news, this thing about Shaq, the shit about Shaq and Dwight Howard, man. I don't like that shit. Like that shit's getting old, man. That shit's getting old. Like Shaq's getting old. Dwight Howard's already, out of the NBA and shit. Like these players are already old and shit. Why is it that fucking we could be talking about anything or something like that, or Shaq could be talking about anything, and he still finds a way to fit in Dwight Howard's name? Like, oh, what is it? Lifetime Fitness League or some shit like that, whatever the fuck he called it. I mean, like that's Taiwan. That's like, obviously different than the NBA. But at the same time, like you have to let all that shit go. Like, okay, like I don't know what Shaq is like always tripping on Dwight for. Like, yo, Shaq, you got more rings than Dwight. More rings, not a ring more rings. So that's like fucking more, dude. So why are you fucking still like worrying about him and like paying attention to him when you're already retired and you already, you're set. You already fucking got these business deals. You're already on TV every day and shit, advertising everything and shit. And you still find a way to find hate to spread towards, Dwight and shit. I mean, everybody be getting hated on, man. It's nothing new. Everybody, has a hater. Everybody gets hated on. But at the same time, like, there's a certain point, especially like with all the retired NBA players, like for instance, today or yesterday, Charles Barkley talking about KD and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, Charles Barkley's a fucking puppet. Like, Charles Barkley's a fucking media puppet. And he's over here talking about, oh, like KD, whatever this and that and all this shit. Like, that's why KD said, oh, you don't have G14 classifications to talk about the God. Yeah, talk that shit, KD. You don't have G14 classification to talk about the God. Shit, I am a God. Word to Kanye. Yo, speaking of Kanye, man, I ain't even gonna get into that. Right now. I'm gonna talk about Kanye real quick. Just this little this little paragraph sentence right here real quick. I don't give a fuck what Kanye says to the world, what he does outside on his free time. Get this motherfucker in the studio and he's making fucking masterpieces. Get this motherfucker in the studio and he's making gold. He's making platinum. He's making diamonds. Diamonds are forever. Kanye. Yo, get this motherfucker Kanye in the studio. Lock his ass in the studio. Throw away the key or whatever. This motherfucker's making masterpieces for everyone, honestly. Like, how is it that I barely heard this song with him and Future, Happy? And I guess it's off Donda too, but it's not on like, you know, like the streaming platforms and shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, do I look happy? Do I look happy to you? Do I look happy to you? How the fuck am I barely hearing that shit right now? That's fucking crazy. But that song slaps though. I ain't even gonna lie, that song slaps. Oh yeah, and to go back to that. Oh damn, I'm fucking leaving a bunch of shit blank. I was gonna go back to the Lakers trade talk. They wanted to trade like Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, and a pick for a bunch of role players to fucking, you know, to support the team and shit, to add, you know, more playmakers, more defenders, all this shit, man. Honestly. And that's good. I feel like the Lakers should take that route rather than give Westbrook away. Because Westbrook already off the bench, boom. He's the go-to man. He's running the show. He's running the Lake show off the bench. We just need role players to put around Westbrook for him to, you know, facilitate more, to, you know, find open guys to knock down shots and shit like that, you know? Also about that Dwight Howard shit. Like, I don't know why Shaq is like so fucking like he's just worried, or like fucking, again, what is the fucking word I'm looking for? He's just, you know, he just wants to be in his business, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. Cause like, I don't know, like Shaq is too big. Shaq is like what? Like Shaq is like, everybody says, oh, Shaq is bigger than life, you know, like, oh, the life of the party, you know, Shaq bigger than life. And yet he still finds ways and time to fucking hate on Dwight and shit. And Dwight ain't even fucking talking about Shaq at all. Like, you see this shit, like Dwight never mentions Shaq in the beginning. Shaq is usually the one starting it off. Like, we get it, Shaq. You're the original Superman. We seen the S on your bed on the MTV Cribs. We seen all that shit. We seen the Superman logo all over your crib and MTV Cribs. Like, you the OG. We remember it. So let's move on. God damn. Yo, the World Cup is going on right now. Mexico, I guess Mexico's out. I don't know how the fuck. Because that FIFA shit like tripped me out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, Mexico won the game against Saudi Arabia, but everybody was sad. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is everybody like sad and shit? We moved on. Like, we won the game. We moved on, right? But no, like, I guess like some shit, like they add up the total goals scored or some shit like that. And Mexico was out. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, whatever. I guess that's how it works. Oh no, I went through a little soccer phase for a minute, but that shit got me nowhere. Also, LeBron wants to talk about like all the Jerry Jones shit. Like, that's a different sport, but at the same time, like, the only answer you're gonna actually get is if you ask like Jerry Jones himself. Like, but at the same time, you know he's gonna lie about that shit. Oh yeah, I was there to support you know, my black friends and stuff. Those people in the picture are my black friends. You know he's gonna say some shit like that, man. Come on now. So like, I don't know why LeBron had to bring it up, especially like, oh, I'm surprised you guys haven't talked to me about this. Like, they're gonna talk to you about basketball, bro. What the fuck are they gonna bring football in this shit? Like, obviously they're gonna talk to you about the Kyrie shit because he's in basketball. He's in the NBA. Have they asked you about anything Kanye said? No, because that shit's separate. Oh, why haven't they asked you about the Jerry Jones shit? Because that's separate. That's another fucking news topic. That's another fucking shit you got to deal with on your own time. They're not going to ask you questions about that after the game. Come on now. oh, I'm surprised you guys haven't. Surprised you guys haven't talked to me about this or asked me about the Jerry Jones thing and blah blah. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's the least of their worries. Like, they're obviously they seen the picture, they brush it off their shoulder. They're gonna move on. They're not gonna fucking go into detail like, oh, like Jerry Jones is in this picture of the, what is it, the segregation era and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, the only answer you actually gonna get is if you ask him, Jerry Jones himself, which he'll most likely lie about because all his players are black, all his players are black and they're carrying him. They're the ones that put money in his pocket and shit, that revenue. Is that the right word? The beat go off? Is that the right word? God damn it. Use the wrong one again. Yeah, man, but also about the World Cup shit, man, like they couldn't find a better fucking World Cup song. Like that, like that shit's fucking annoying. Like every time I go on YouTube and I look for videos and shit and that ad comes up, I'm just like, bro, don't get me wrong, that shit's catchy, but man, times are different when Shakira had that waka, like, oh my gosh, just time back then was just so fire. Like, y'all remember that game, that South Africa, FIFA game they came out with? It wasn't FIFA. It was not a knockoff, but it was like a side game. What? It was like, 2014 or some shit, FIFA World Cup, some shit like that. Or it was like, what year was it? Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I'm going to detour real quick. World Cup video game. Yeah, it was 2014, wasn't it? Yeah, 2014 FIFA World Cup. Is this how it looked? Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, man. Especially since it was in Brazil. Because the World Cup was in Brazil. So, like, the video game was, like, all Brazil themed and shit. Like, you go into practice, the background is like a little, like a little Havana or some shit like that. Like one of those, like how do you say Havana? Like one of those fucking like Call of Duty maps and shit where it's like fucking brick walls and shit and like brick houses and all this shit. Oh man, that shit was just a good time. Good ass time to be alive. I was thinking about that shit the other day. Y'all remember when motherfuckers used to wear those what were those fucking shits called? Those odd socks or some shit like that? Those fucking socks where they would have like, like Dennis Rodman grabbing a rebound or Penny Hardaway like throwing in assists and shit. Like that graphic was all over the sock and shit. Yo, these motherfuckers these niggas don't got enough, boy. He got that shit on, no. That shit's funny as fuck. Yo, I'm gonna make a TikTok about that shit. I'm gonna wear those socks and I'll be like, these niggas don't got enough, boy. And then I'm gonna just be wearing those socks. And he's like, he got that shit on, no. He got that shit on, no. God damn, man. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you, man. How y'all feeling today? Put in the comments how y'all feeling today, honestly. My morning was fucked. But I kind of made it better right now doing this little podcast, getting some Lakers talk off my chest and, talking about the Dwight, Shaq, feud that's been going on over the years and shit. At this point, Shaq's just got to fucking, I don't know. Like, Shaq goes on podcasts and he says all this shit like, he talks about, RIP Kobe. He talks about Kobe like, oh man, I should have called. Or he should have called, or we should have hung out more, or we should have, hatched it earlier and all this stuff and all this shit. Like, yeah, you saying that, but you over here hating on Dwight. Like, what if Dwight was to, knock on wood, what if Dwight was to pass away? How would you feel knowing that the last thing you said to Dwight was, oh, you playing in a Lifetime fitness league and shit like that? Like, come on now. That shit's just stupid. Especially like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a grudge Shaq is holding on Dwight or some shit, but motherfuckers just gotta get over it. Gotta get over it. If at first you don't succeed. Yo, I love that song. You can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Try again. Oh, man. Yo, my fucking throat is fucked. Honestly, too much backwoods. I've been on fucking backwoods. Not heavy lately, but this past week, I finished like a whole 3-pack. Like, a whole, not 3-pack. And this, like, last week, I finished the whole 5-pack and shit. A backs and shit. And I'm like, fuck. I don't want to smoke no more. But, you know, doing the safe alternative, going with joints, the papers and shit, y'all know. Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. I feel like it's time to wrap it up right here. Shout out to everybody that joined the show, that tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking along. Goddamn. Yeah, man, just you can find me on my socials, Instagram, Twitter, the same. Instagram, Twitter, the same. No Signal Mando. God damn, son. About to burp out a whole fucking lung right now. Excuse me, let me restart that. Instagram, Twitter, the same. No Signal Mando. TikTok, Uncle Mondo 7. And Spotify, No Signal Podcast. Be sure to tune in to your boy. That's it, y'all. Be sure to love others, love yourself especially, but love yourself before you love anyone else. One love. Peace.
I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for every presidents to represent me.